Welcome, race fans, to the All American Sim Racing Network's presentation of the All American Racing Leagues or Lawncare Truck Series. This is the Blues Race Designs 150. This is the second race of the season here for the Lawncare Truck Series, and we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I am your host, David Hillbilly Hera, and in the booth with me tonight is David Lurfano. David, how's it going, man?
Hey, not too bad, man. Made it to the track all right. Right in your backyard.
Yes,
So
sir.
quick trip for you, a little bit longer for me, but we made it. We're here. Um, Looking forward to this one. Uh, Last week was, the opener at Daytona, so back to, a mile and a half, a little bit of normalcy, I like to say. Daytona can be, a beast on its own, and never know how that one's going to go. So tonight, back to the mile and a half. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some really fast times here at this 1.5 mile speedway. Track length is 1.45 miles. Temperature today is track temperature is at 94 degrees with a weather temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And I can tell you that's in Concord, North Carolina, is where Charlotte is. And I'm here in Indian Trail, just a few miles away. And I can tell you that it's not that warm here at my house. However, we'll take it here for the speedway tonight. And joining us in the booth tonight is going to be Johnny May. Johnny May, how you doing, man? I think Johnny did step away for a minute, but we'll get back with him in a little bit. But I'm excited to see what they can do here tonight. The practice times were very, very close here at Charlotte that we were seeing just a little bit ago. I mean, we're talking about hundredths of a second for most of the drivers in the top five.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching some of these drivers qualify now. Looks like I'm watching Kyle Purcell. He's on his second and final lap. First lap was a 30.31. We'll see if he can pick it up here on the second lap. But right now he's sitting on the pole, and he does. That's going to put him at a 30.17. So right now Kyle Purcell is on the pole.
Yeah, and 30.17 is a very quick time. I mean, we were seeing some 30.2s. It was pretty common, which I think Delgado just ran in at 30.27. But yeah, so 30.17, that's a fly lap there for Kyle Purcell. Last week's winner was another Purcell. Sean Purcell won there at Daytona and locked himself into the championship race here for the Lawncare Truck Series. So, or at least into the playoffs. So, congratulations to Sean. But tonight it's about Kyle Purcell, currently on the pole.
Yeah, last week at Daytona, great run for Sean Purcell to be able to pull that one off. Last week, put himself at the top of the list here. No, it's early on in the season. We still got, you know, about 15 races to go to decide a champion. So, still early, still a lot of time for drivers to make up some ground here. But, a lot of these drivers are looking, at this race, the mile and a half, the mile tracks, the short tracks, that's bread and butter for a lot of these drivers. That's where the bulk of the season is. So tonight's a good test for these drivers to see where they stand on the intermediate tracks and get a feel for how the rest of the season is going to go.
Absolutely, and the way they started this, the schedule is pretty amazing here for the Lawn Care Truck Series. They started off with the super speedway as most do at Daytona, and then to a mile and a half here at Charlotte. And I believe next week we're going on to Road America. Is that right?
Looks like nope, it's not.
Hmm.
If I'm looking at this right, Charlotte, and then they go to Milwaukee Mile. So
Oh wow,
that's
there
a
we go.
kind of
There's
a
one
new
mile.
track to the schedule. So interesting to see how that one's going to play out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure where I got that then, Road America, but we'll take it. As qualifying is still underway here, looks like all 15 drivers have taken a time thus far. I'm not sure if that's wrapped it up. Rodney Uberpecker just finished his last lap, I believe. Pulls it through the grass there to bring it to a stop. So we should start lining them up here shortly on pit lane and get this thing underway. Again, this is the Orlonka Truck Series, and it is the Blues Race Designs 150. Now, Blues Race Designs sponsors our Xfinity type car, our Class B car, over on here on All American Sim Racing Network on Thursday nights, and that's always a good time as well. So if you enjoy what you like to, or if you like what you see tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to this video and on our YouTube, and that way you are notified each and every week. Get the notification so you are notified each and every twice a week that we are going live, and you can check out all the action here from All American Racing League. Get a quick commercial break in here, Dave, before we get started to kind of while the trucks are gritting up, and we'll be right back.
Back to more racing action right after this. Looking for a safe, effective cleaning system? Look no further. G-Tech Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers, certified by the EPA as a safer choice product. G-Tech can be used quickly and safely to remove soils and stains from most surfaces. Give them a call at 770-967-6988 or visit them on the web at buyGtech.com. G-Tech, 5346 BBS Way, Brazelton, Georgia. G-Tech, your one stop for professional, eco-friendly cleaning products. For tailgating activities or just plain backyard fun, look no further than Holio. Made to order cornhole bags and boards. No order is too large or too small. You can choose unfinished or finished with stain and polyurethane, and finished with a vinyl design or your company branding. Don't wait for the season to be over. Contact Holio on Facebook. Holio, made to order cornhole bags and boards. Now back to trackside action with the Lawncare Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
All right, we are back. As you see the trucks on the here on the front stretch, just past the start-finish line, getting gridded up. Kyle Purcell is your pole sitter with Travis Rodriguez starting on the outside. Inside behind Kyle Purcell is Christian Delgado starting third. Adam Angerstein will be starting in the fourth position. Scott Leonard will be starting fifth, with Chad Snyder outside starting sixth. Seventh is Josh Hetrick. Eighth, Don Manning.
At ninth is going to go to Doug Yates. 10th will be Sean Purcell, last week's winner at Daytona. 11th will go to Larry Garnes. 12th to Rodney Huberpacker. 13th to Nathan Christensen. 14th to Anthony Reiner. And rounding out the field in 15th will be Tyrone Yo Jr.
Yeah, and Tyrone was very fast in practice. Not sure what happened with his qualifying run there, but very fast in practice. One of the top three drivers, I believe, overall. So I'd like to see some good things out of Tyrone. We don't want to do what happened last week. Tyrone had some issues leaving pit road. He will not have those today, folks. We are not leaving pit road to start this one. So, getting ready to show you the action here for the Lawncare Truck Series, part of the All-American Racing League.
Yeah, and once again, a big shout out to Blues Race Designs for, coming on board, with our Thursday night show, putting him on the highlight reel here for tonight. Anyone that's into sim racing watching this, if you're looking for paints at affordable prices, please reach out to Blues Race Designs on Facebook. They really do a good job. You probably see some of his paints here tonight and throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I have a couple of his paints myself, and proud to run those each and every week for the Cup Series that we run on Tuesday nights over on the Sim Racing Media YouTube. So you can check us out there. Again, if you're interested in getting into this type of racing, or if you're already an iRacer and want to be a part of the All-American Racing League, hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/All-American Racing League. We'll be happy to kind of lead you in the right direction to our progression model here, as we have one to go. The pace truck is off. 16 will bring us down to the start-finish. See Barney in these, and they're off. Green flags in the air. Now Purcell's your leader, heading down into turn one. That's 7 of Travis Rodriguez on the outside. 13 of Christian Delgado now takes over that second position, running the inside lane behind Kyle Purcell.
Yeah, and we'll see if that outside lane, prevails at all tonight. Typically, it's not so much here at Charlotte. Rodriguez is going to try to make a run and keep it working up there on the outside, as he's outside of Delgado at the moment. He looks like he's going to fall back in line behind Delgado now.
And as we see Chad Snyder make a move on the outside of that 9 truck, as well as Scott Leonard moving on the outside of the 9 of Adam Angerstein, take over that third position. Or scratch that, fourth position. 5th for Leonard, 4th for Chad Snyder. Up front, Kyle Purcell's pulled out to a little bit of a gap over Christian Delgado, second. It's like these drivers are playing friendly tonight.
Like right now, Chad Snyder and Scott Leonard are kind of on the move here. Looks like they're slowly making up some ground here on Travis Rodriguez.
Adam Ingerson got a great run on the 14. Had to kind of check it up just a little bit. As the 25 now moves to his outside of Joshua Hedrick. Oh, 14 hits the wall. So does the 25. Both of them kind of smack the wall, scrub the wall a little bit. No caution as they manage to hold onto their trucks and keep it going here. Battle for third place as Chad Snyder is pounding the back of the 7 of Travis Rodriguez.
Looks like single file here back through, at least the top 10 or so. Looks like everyone's going to try to, find a rhythm here and turn some laps early on and try to stay out of trouble, keep those trucks clean.
Yeah, without a doubt, we have some action back here for that third position as it's heating up. The 26 of Chad Snyder moving to the outside, one of the faster trucks in practice as well, moving to the outside of Travis Juggles Rodriguez. Trying to make that high line work a little bit. And he looks like he completes that pass.
Yeah, and now Adam Angerstein is going to be looking to get around the 7 truck as well. I'm not too sure what happened with Adam there early on. He's lost quite a few spots off the start, but now he's going to look to the inside of the 7 of Rodriguez and going to make that pass here off of turn 2.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on this 20 of Larry Garnes, who's up 5 positions already. Biggest mover of the race thus far. Just 6 laps into the race, but that 20 is on a move in his number 20 Chevrolet for Hillbilly Motorsports. Moving to the inside of the 7 of Travis Juggles Rodriguez.
And it looks like Rodriguez has a little bit of damage to that right rear, maybe bumper cover, spoiler. It's a little caved in there. The spoiler's pushed forward a little bit on that truck. Not too sure if that's hindering his effort at the moment. Not sure where he got that damage.
So far, we are clean and green. I see that Nathan Christensen in the number 3 is up 4 positions to 9th. Trying to make a move now on the 94 of Doug Yates. Doug was our pole sitter last week. Newcomer. This is his second race with the series. But doing a fine job so far this race. See the 00 of Sean Purcell, last week's winner. Currently, started in 10th, currently in 10th. Not much movement yet as the 3 moves to the outside of the 94.
Yeah, Christensen's going to look to the outside of the 94 of Yates. Trying to suck right up to the back of the 14 truck and try to get that outside line moving around the 94.
Yeah, and the 3 and 14 are teammates. Working together there a little bit maybe on that outside as the 3 does get some momentum around the 94. Larry Garnes working his way, trying to work around that 26 of Chad Snyder to take over the 4th position. As Adam Ingerstein is moving around, made the pass on the 13. 20 looks like he may complete the pass on the 26. Good action.
Yeah,
so
that's going to move Adam. Yeah, that's going to move Adam up to the P2 after kind of a lazy start there. I think he fell back as far as maybe 5th or 6th. Now he's back up, running 2nd, and trying to run down our year leader, Kyle Purcell, who has checked out to about a 9/10 of a second lead over Adam Angerstein.
Absolutely. That 16 of Kyle Purcell is your leader in the, I want to pronounce this right, I'm hoping, Nemophilia? Toyota?
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the pronunciation of some of the sponsors out there, but we'll go with that one.
Yeah, very cool paint scheme nonetheless.
Adam has cut that lead down to under 7/10, now down to 6/10 of a second. So Adam is one of the faster trucks on the racetrack at the moment, and trying to get that number 9 Toyota to the front.
Yeah, the only truck faster than Adam right now on the track is that 20 of Larry Garnes. Just barely hundredths of a second faster the last time by than Adam Ingerstein. We'll go back through the field here. The 00 still moved up 2 positions to 8th. Got a battle here between the 94 and the 14, battling over that 9th position. Coming into the shot here is the 5 of Rodney Uberpacker, that number 5 Toyota. So he now looks to the inside of Scott Leonard. 92 of Don Manning to the inside of the 14 as well. 14's kind of dropping back now. 25 after hitting that wall has dropped to the rear of the field. Kind of off, I don't want to say off the pace, but he's, six tenths of a second off of Tyrone Yo, sits in 14th at the moment. Your leader is still Kyle Purcell. Adam Engerstein is closing that gap down to 0.3, 3/10 of a second. About to get heated up here for this lead, Dave.
Yeah, I'm impressed out of Adam Engerstein at the moment, dropping back early on. Maybe saved a little bit of tires to maintain this run back up to Kyle Purcell. Kyle Purcell could also be saving a little bit of tire. We'll see how this plays out. But so far, so good for the 9 truck.
As Nathan Christensen's now trying to work to the inside of the 20. Teammates running side by side here. Looks like the 3 will get that position to take over the 5th position. Try to work his way to the front. Back up front. Adam Engerstein's brought it down to a couple of car lengths within a 1/10 and a half of our leader. So right on board here with Adam Engerstein for a second. Kind of see what he's seeing as he's trying to make this pass. So he now looks to the inside, trying to. 16's leaving a little bit of a gap there, kind of running that middle groove a little bit. Adams closed it in to less than a truck length off the 16.
Yeah, and by Kyle running that kind of, half a lane out, that's going to make it real tough on Adam to try to get to the inside down the corner. He's going to have to look for a run off the corner and try to get wheel to wheel with him getting in to allow. That's going to have to move Kyle up the track a little bit and give Adam a little bit more room.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought he was going to move him up that time by contact, but Adam thought better of it. It's still early on, 17 of 100 here. He's racing side 150. The Lawncare Truck Series. 16 goes wide again, leaves room. The 9 closes in right to his back bumper. It's a great battle for the lead. 2 Toyotas running it up.
Yeah, right now Adam's a little bit quicker on that entry into the center. You actually had to see Adam check up a little bit to keep off the back of the 16, but Adam's going to try to take a peek. Maybe, nope. Thinks a little bit better of it. Not time to go yet, I guess. Looks like everything's kind of nice and calm back through the field. This is the most competitive race on the track at the moment between the 9 of Adam Engerstein and the 16 of Kyle Purcell.
Yeah, without a doubt. And for the lead at that. So good on him for kind of keeping everything clean and green so far here, 28 laps in. I think Adam really wants those points now. Oh, not sure what just happened to Adam blinking out a little bit. I think that kind of caught Adam's attention as well, as he's falling off maybe 2 truck lengths off the back of that 16. There's still a good second ahead of the third place truck of Christian Delgado, last year's champion. Chad Snyder worked his way back to that 4th position, Dave.
Yeah, I see Chad is up 2 spots for where he started. I think what we're seeing up front now, I think Adam Engerstein, trying to make that run to the front, has used a little bit more tire than Kyle Purcell. You see him now kind of losing a little bit of ground to Kyle. I think if Adam can kind of back up a little bit, cool his tires, and maybe get another run at him here before the pit stops. I'm not too sure on the fuel load. I think they run 100% fuel, so I'm not too sure how many laps they can run. I did not check in on that pre-race.
It looks like now we have the 25 of Josh Hendricks kind of regained his composure. He's now caught back up to the 14 of Scott Leonard, looking now to his inside to try to take over that position. Can't make it happen this time by. Battle here between the 3 and the 20, working at it again for that 5th position. As we see the 00 of Sean Purcell's now making his way up, currently in the 8th position. Not sure what's going on here. If that's me or a little bit of jitter there, folks. Sorry about that. Get that camera straightened out.
And this is kind of an unusual position for Sean Purcell to be in. We're typically used to seeing him right up at the front of these races, only up 2 spots from where he started. So not sure if there's an issue going on there, if he's just biding his time and waiting for a little bit later on to get to the front. But right now he's still kind of mired back there mid-pack and in the 8th position.
Yeah, and I ran a couple of laps here earlier today just to kind of check it out. Since it's right in my backyard, it was easy to get to. The track is bumpy. The track it's got a lot of bumps in it, and it does wear tires a little bit. So could be that Sean Purcell's just kind of saving his stuff, to make a run here later on in the races. And we're only a quarter of the way through right now as the 20 gets up almost into the 00. See, Larry Garnes is now, he's under fire by the 92. He's trying to gather that truck back up, realize what he did, and try not to let it happen again.
And now Adam Angerstein has sucked right back up to the rear bumper, almost pushing him down the front stretch, trying to get to the inside. Can't quite make that work. Still looking and hounding the 16 truck, trying to find a way around him.
Yeah, and I know Adam runs for Assault Motorsports. Is that who the 16's with as well? I know they're both in Toyotas here, but unsure about that team connection. Nonetheless, 2 Toyotas running at the top of this field, followed by 2 Fords, Christian Delgado and Chad Snyder. But the battle is up here at the front between the 9 and the 16.
Yes, according to my list, the 9 and 16 both run for Assault Motorsports, so they are teammates here tonight.
And that's probably why you saw Adam use a little bit of patience there, even though he seemed to be quite a bit faster than that 16. He didn't run him over there earlier. And even backed off a bit. I don't know if he backed off maybe to let the tires cool down where he was kind of hounding him kind of hard. But,
and yellow is out.
Oh, yellow flag. Anthony Reiner, Doug Yates. Let's see what happened there. See if we can get you.
They're still piling up down here.
Wow. Let's see if we can figure out, folks, what went on here. I was seeing.
I saw something real quick with 00, but not too sure what happened.
Oh, yeah, the 00. Let's go back and look at this again, because this replay I just looked at was showing Doug Yates was in an accident, but the 00 was already around when he got to him, so I'm not sure. Well, that was actually after the caution.
It looks like Nathan.
crashed.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan Christensen kind of moved up the track a little bit and got Sean Purcell sideways. Is what happened up off of corner number 2, I believe that was.
Well, so what brought out the caution, though, was the 80. The 81 just went straight down and blasted a barrel. That brought out the caution. But then after the caution came out, we run into the rest of the mayhem. So the caution is out, yellow flag, and then I'm showing Doug Yates crashed. However, we need to look at Sean Purcell, which was last week's winner. So let me jump over to Sean Purcell. We're going to hit play here, kind of see what we have. Oh, back that up just a little bit. Yeah, you've got the 3 and 00. You're absolutely right, Dave. Let me see if we can.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe the 3 thought he was clear and trying to, kind of come back up behind the 00, but just not enough room there. A little bit of contact and around with the 00, and then Mayhem conceded.
Yeah, we're gonna look here and see. 3 is holding his line there below the seam. Yeah, and it looks like the 3 just comes up, and I'm not even sure if there wasn't a little bit of net code there. Maybe contact, not really sure. But dang, that really tore up some trucks here today. Nonetheless, we have trucks that have come down. Your top So everyone has been on pit lane. You come out. Cal Purcell is still your leader. Christian Delgado second. Go over that second position on pit lane. Adam Angerstein is third, with Chad Snyder, Don Manning, Rodney Uberpacker, Tyrone Yo, Larry Garnes, Travis Chuggles Rodriguez, Sean Purcell, and Josh Hetrick. Scott Leonard, Nathan Christensen are your lead lap trucks. Anthony Reiner currently maybe out, and Doug Yates is sitting on pit road. We're on lap 30 here of 100. The Blues Race Designs 150. This is the first caution of the race, hopefully our last, but this is such a competitive series, I don't know if it will be.
No, I think we did good to make it 30. These drivers are showing a lot of patience there early on and just trying to get comfortable and I think turn some laps. So, but I mean, early on we saw, to me, in my opinion, the 9 truck, was probably the fastest truck, even though, Kyle Purcell led, I believe, every lap of the 30 that we've run so far. But the 9 truck definitely showed that he has some speed tonight in that truck. So, looking forward to see how this plays out going forward. Like I said, those two are teammates, so a lot of give and take, a lot of patience. If the 9 truck can keep that nose clean, I think he's definitely going to be a contender at the end of this one.
Yeah, without a doubt. Very, very fast truck to start with here. He will be restarting on the inside line in that third position behind his teammate. That never hurts.
Yeah, and then you're going to have 2 teammates lining up on the outside lane with Christian Delgado and Chad Snyder lined up nose to tail in that outside line, second and fourth. So a pair of teammates right up front.
Yeah, I really enjoy the team aspect that we have here in the All-American Racing League. I know a few seasons back, we kind of come up with an idea to start a team, and it just flooded after that, man. It was pretty cool. So glad to have you, Dave, as my very first teammate here in the league and in multiple series throughout. So thank you for that. Now we have several multi-car and truck teams throughout all 3 of our series here in the All-American Racing League, which is a progression type league. We like to get folks started here in the truck series. Now we do have some veterans that are running all 3 series. For example, that 00 Sean Purcell, he is full time in all 3 series here for the All-American Racing League. He runs with us on Sundays here in the truck series. He runs with us on Tuesdays in the Cup series. He also runs here with us on Thursdays in our newly formed Xfinity type series. So good on him and many of these drivers for filling the fields. But if you're interested in figuring out how to get up with us, contact us at facebook.com/All-American Racing League. And we're pretty good about we have several admins pretty good about getting back with you and let you know what you need to get started with us. If you don't know anything about iRacing, first of all, check it out. It's not real expensive to get started as far as equipment goes. Cheaper equipment is just as good as the more expensive equipment. A lot of times, NASCAR drivers that ran their race trucks off will stop that thought. As the 16 is your control truck, we get us started here in the Geico restart zone. Throttle down, and we are off.
Yeah, not a very good start for the 13 of Delgado up on that outside line. They're going to quickly drop back to look like P3. Adam Angerstein, quick on the throttle, is going to come out in P2. And we'll see what happens here. Adam, on that early run, didn't show a lot of speed, not too sure what was going on, so we'll see if he can maintain a little bit better speed here on the short run and try to keep pace with Kyle Purcell.
Absolutely, as we bring you around this track with some very unique camera angles. See our camera shaking there. That's how fast these trucks are going by here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Lawncare Truck Series presented by Blues Race Designs. Blues Race Designs 150 tonight. Part of the All-American Racing League.
Looks like they quickly sorted this all out. They're going to run single file. Looks like Doug Yates was able to get back on track in that 94 truck. He may be a lap or 2 down. I'm not too sure on how many, but he's showing a lap down on my end. So he's looking to maybe get a lucky dog or get back up to the front.
Yeah, Dave, I show him 2 laps down currently. However, we know how these races go. It tends to later on be some cautions. and he's not out of this thing by any means, because he could very well get those laps back due to caution flags and the lucky dog that we have here in the All-American Racing League.
Yeah, and this series now is switched to one fast repair. So some of these drivers that were involved in that last incident, like Sean Purcell, who I'm sure had to use a quick repair, Anthony Reiner, who was the one that hit the 00, he looks like he is no longer in the race. So the only car, I think, out of the race at the moment.
Yeah, that's correct. He will be scored in 15th for this particular race. As you see the 25 working on the back of that 7. These are teammates as well, 25 and the 7, both with Assault Motorsports. They have two team trucks up in 1st and 2nd. These guys are battling back here for 9th and 10th. Now the 3 is working to the outside of the 14 to take over that 11th position. Hetrick did get around Rodriguez for the 9th position.
And also, Rodney Huberpacker is also a part of that Assault Motorsports team as well. So you've got
five.
Yeah, so you got 3 Assault Motorsports in the top 5 at the moment.
Very dominating performance so far here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina, on lap 37 of 100 here in the Blues Race Designs 150. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with you just shortly. You won't miss a bit of the action as we're going to go side by side.
Back to more racing action right after this. This race sponsored in part by Graham Collision, professional automotive collision repair specialist. Visit either of their Iowa locations in Waukee and Urbandale for your collision repair and vehicle body work. Like them on Facebook or visit grahamcollision.com. Graham Collision, unparalleled support, unbeatable assistance.
For the best selection of quarter midget parts online, look no further than FMI Racing. FMI Racing, helping racing enthusiasts everywhere achieve new levels of performance and quality in their vehicles with parts and gear. Give them a call at 770-720-1003 or visit fmiracing.com. 2092 Harmony Drive, Canton, Georgia. FMI Racing. Now back to trackside action with the Lawncare Truck Racing Series of the All-American Racing League.
We are back live here in the Blues Race Designs 150, lap 40 of 100 here in the Lawncare Truck Series. We see the number 3 of Nathan Christensen made his way around that 7 of Travis Rodriguez. Travis working back to that inside, gonna dive it in deep as the 3 washes on up the track, runs that high line. 7 makes the pass. Oh, it smacks the wall. Both drivers hit the wall.
Slide job. Wrong.
It slid a little too far, I think. No harm, no foul. Both drivers keep it going straight. We are still underway here, as Kyle Purcell is still your leader, pulled out to almost a second. He's like right at 9/10 of a second over Adam Ingerstein, his teammate, followed by Christian Delgado. Rodney Huberpacker trying to take that position away.
Yeah, and I'm seeing it now. Adam Ingerstein. The short run speed just isn't there for Adam, but he was back over a second just a few laps ago. Now he's cutting it down to, about 7/10 of a second. So back on the move here for Adam Ingerstein.
Oh, we went inside the wall there just a little bit. Let's move to the other side. Take a looking ahead at twitch.tv/ChristianBoss13. Check him out over there. You can see all of his in-car action if you like. Twitch.tv.
And like you said, Rodney Huberpacker is, trying to look for a way around that 13 of Christian Delgado and try to put Assault Motorsports 1, 2, 3 here early on.
Absolutely. As we're going to run through the field here real quick, we have Kyle Purcell as your leader of Illinois, and you have Adam Ingerstein out of Akron, Ohio, running in the 2nd position. Christian Delgado from Abilene, Kansas, running in 3rd, followed by Rodney Huberpacker, who has, there we go, out of Oregon. Chad Snyder the driver out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. That 26 being challenged now by Don Manning. Don Manning is out of Claremont, New Hampshire. Sean Purcell, brother of Kyle Purcell, the leader, is out of Rockford, Illinois. Twitch.tv/The Shawnee. Josh Hetrick out of the cornfields of Iowa. I love that I said that. Larry Garn is out of Charleston, West Virginia. That number 20 strike to remember Lawncare paint scheme. Scott Leonard out of Leesburg. What is that, Missouri? Yep. Nathan Christensen, our brother from Canada. Hamilton. Travis Juggles Rodriguez hailing from San Antonio, Texas. Followed by Tyrone Yo in that 13th position out of York, Pennsylvania. Doug Yates, still a couple laps down there, but hanging in there out of Burns Flat somewhere. Not sure where that is, but find out from Doug at another time. Anthony Reiner is out of Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. He's another Canadian, but has retired from the race. Back up front, Kyle Purcell. Uh-oh. And my cameras are there we go. Cameras seem to be having a bit of a trouble there, but we're back up front now with the leader. It looks like Adam Angerstein is running him down again, right at a half a second behind our leader. Yeah, Adam seems to be a little slow to get going, Dave, but then turns it up later on in the run.
Yeah, Adam's definitely showing a little bit more, long run speed here than Kyle Purcell. Kyle Purcell is able to take off pretty good and get out to that early lead, but then Adam Angerstein's able to run him back down. We'll see if he can get back to Kyle this time, see if he's a little bit more aggressive as we come, we're coming close to halfway. See when Adam decides to say, I can't ride behind you much longer, gotta go.
Yeah, and it's I wanted to ask the question, Dave, of what you thought about this, or even Johnny. Hi, Johnny, you back in here with us?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Johnny. Thanks for joining us. I wanted to ask the question of what would you prefer to have, a long run or a short run, better handling. However, at these races, it's understood that you don't really know. Are you going to end up with that green-white checker that's going to make you need that long run or that short run speed? Or would you rather be able to have that long run speed as the 9 does now as he's closing in now to 0.3 of a second behind his teammate?
Well, it also depends on if you think it's going to be a lot of cautions. If it's going to be cautions and you think it's going to be like a lot of tight racing, you might want a shorter run. But if you get more spread out, you're going to need like a longer run truck.
Yeah, and the way this is shaped up so far, we're 50 laps in, we're right now at halfway, and we've had one caution. I myself would want that long run speed, but I ran into this situation just last Thursday when we ran at Michigan in the Blues Race Design series, Xfinity type series, where I had a great car on the long run, but that short run hurt me, and with 5 or so laps to go, we had our I think one and only caution. Ended up dropping from second to the 5th position, I believe, overall for myself. But the 9 has run down the 16 again. It's right on the back bumper, less than 0.2 of a second. Now it looks to the inside a little bit there, coming off the little trioval. See what happens down to turn 1.
Yeah, this is a good corner for the 9. Great exit for Adam as well, trying to get down, taking a look to the inside, just can't quite make that move. He's got to get a little bit closer, and like I said, I think his best bet is try to get him off on corner exit and get underneath him. That'll allow him to have some room getting into the next corner. I think it's going to be tough for him to do it on corner entry.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to drive it in there, which is always a dangerous thing, and you really don't want to put your teammate in that kind of position. But at some point, it's your teammates are great for a while, but then it comes down to every driver wants to win these races here. It's very important to get locked in the playoffs as early as you can, because then you can just let it all hang out. You definitely don't want to put your teammate in jeopardy of not finishing a race or wrecking out because of something stupid you did. But as these laps wind down here, folks, you're going to see that these drivers are really going to pick up the speed, pick up the tempo, liable to see quite a bit more action here as we see the number 2 working on the 14 of Scott Leonard for that 10th position. Tyrone Yo's on the move. Now, he was very fast in practice. So I'd like to see Tyrone get up the front, see what he can do.
Yeah, and Tyrone's working underneath the 14 of Scott Leonard. He's, like I said, I think that's for the 10th position.
And for the time being, Tyrone has that position if he can complete this pass. Scott kind of, really low there to kind of, I don't want to say side draft here, but kind of pinch it down on the entry. But Tyrone's able to go ahead and complete that pass.
We got a battle for the fourth position, Rodney Uberpacker, underneath the 5. Uberpacker. Sorry,
Manning, yes.
I'm all confused now. Don Manning underneath the 5 of Rodney Uberpacker to take over that 4th position.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks like Don's gonna be able to make that pass here. He looks like he's just barely. Nope, 5 is working his back to the outside. As the 26 is now, the 26 of Chad Snyder is now a part of this battle. Kyle Purcell, we missed that pass there, but I'm sorry, Adam Angerstein has passed Kyle Purcell. Go back and see how that happened real quick, guys, because I don't want you to miss the pass from lead here that we've been trying to watch all race long.
Yeah, and right now the 16's back to the outside of the 9 down the back stretch.
As we're watching the replay here, the 9 moves to that inside, off the exit of 4, through the tri-oval. Looks like he's going to make that pass. Let's see if we can go back live and see where we are now as we saw the 9 make that pass on the 16, his teammate.
Yeah, the 16 made a crossover. He's back to the inside of the 9.
And the 16 retakes that lead. The 9 did get to lead that lap there. I wonder if that was orchestrated.
The 9 kind of got real tight up off the corner, almost smacked the wall, and that allowed Kyle Purcell to get the run back down to the inside. I think Adam had to come off the throttle just a little bit.
Okay, so we're saying that it wasn't a team move?
Not 100% sure, of course, but that's what it looked like from my camera view.
Right.
We'll leave that up to the viewer's imagination at home.
Absolutely. They're still battling it out as the 9 is still hounding the back of the 16.
Yeah, now we're coming to 40 to go. So it's crunch time. It's time to see what you got and try to make your way to the front.
Now, Christian Delgado is sitting about 2 seconds behind the battle for the lead here. And he's about a second ahead of Don Manning, who's running in 4th. Third place is never bad, so you don't want to count that out. That's a podium, that's an interview, and that's also good points towards next week. But you always want to win these things.
Yeah, and as hard as these 2 up front are battling, teammates or not, they're really battling hard. Anything could happen here. Delgado's kind of in a good position at the moment as we see the 9 try to take a peek down to the inside, can't make it work.
Yeah, and last week at Daytona, we saw mayhem happen on the very last lap of the race. Exciting as it was, very last lap, there's trucks wrecking all over the place, not even knowing who's going to win this race, It's kind of cool to watch, and never know what's going to happen here in this truck series. The AARL Lawncare Truck Series is very fun to be a part of. It's very fun to broadcast for us here up in the booth. I hope it's fun for you guys at home. Let us know in the chat what you think and who you're pulling for and what we can do to make this experience better for you as well. Criticism is good.
And it's also been a blast for me to see some of these drivers get their first starts with the AARL Lawncare Truck Series. A lot of drivers maybe with not as much experience, and see them grow over the course of the last few seasons and become the drivers they are. So great series for learning. Good core group of drivers that are willing to help, and we all enjoy seeing these drivers succeed over the courses of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kyle Purcell, who's leading the race right now, he's a former champion here in this series. But he got to start here, and is now going to compete in his first full-time season over in the Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication Cup Series. as well as his brother Sean. They're both going to be competing over there. Sean finished, I believe, third in our inaugural Xfinity Series, which I believe you were the champion there, Dave.
Yeah, I'm trying to run that full time, trying to defend my championship, but tonight's all about these drivers over here in the Lawncare Truck Series, and like you were talking about with Kyle Purcell, he showed early on when he came in, first joined this league in the trucks, the talent he had, and quickly went up the ranks and quickly into that blue-gray plastics fabrication cup series. So one of the better drivers within the series, and he's out front leading the way tonight. So.
And I just wonder, Adam still seems to be so much faster than that 16. I just wonder if he's just not biding his time, maybe trying to force his teammate to work a little harder than him, as we are coming to lap 65 of 100 here in this race design 150. Put a little pressure on him, make him overdrive his tires a little bit, heat him up. What do you think, Johnny? Who is your favorite for tonight, Johnny?
But I'm gonna go ahead and say the 9 truck for sure, because he's definitely got a lot of speed.
Yeah, and we say that a lot on this broadcast when we talk about Adam Angerstein when he does show up to race. We're always talking about how he's one of the faster trucks here every time he shows up. He seems to find some trouble once in a while, but as of late, he's been real consistent, real smooth, and like tonight, he's showing a lot of patience running behind his teammate in the 16. We saw him get around him once, and I think he made a little bit of a mistake, drove it a little too hard. Maybe he's just trying to catch his breath and wait for his moment again, and focus on not making that little mistake to give that lead back. And now we see pit stops. Looks like 16's hitting pit road.
Yeah, the 25 spun on pit road. That's what caught my attention, was I saw that he was stopped on track, and I look at him and he was spun sideways there on pit lane. I don't know if it was an intended pit stop or if he got forced down there. But imagine it's intended, because now we're starting to see other drivers.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot. We see Kyle Purcell, Chad Snyder's in, Tyrone Yo Jr.'s in, Josh Hetrick is in, Doug Yates is now on pit road. So Adam Angerstein is going to take over that lead for the moment. We'll see when he comes down pit road. Looking back through the rest of the field, Delgado is still on track. Don Manning chooses to stay on track.
And for the guys staying on track, what we have to understand here, folks, at home, is that they're running 30 point something laps on fresh tires. Now, currently, the last time by, Adam Angerstein was at 32.11, so he's 2 seconds off the pace by staying out there. These guys come out on fresh tires, they're really going to be turning some fast lap times, which could hurt Adam in the long run if he stays out too long.
Adam got tighter there again and almost scraped the wall off at 4. If you're these guys up front, you really got to be thinking about hitting pit road and hitting it soon. This is going to allow Kyle Purcell, if this cycles through on the green, it's going to benefit Kyle Purcell by pitting a few laps early, jump out, get some lead. We've seen, with Adam on not a lot short run speed. This is going to help Kyle Purcell.
Adam's coming to pit lane now, gets a good entry into pit lane. Gets rode down for the speed limit there at the line, and now in for his stop. Some fresh tires on this thing.
That's going to hand the lead over to Christian Delgado. Sean Purcell up to third. He's still out. Rodney Uberpacker's still on the racetrack as well. Looks like those are the last of the cars yet to pit. So it'll definitely be interesting to see where this cycles out with the 9 truck. And now Delgado's on pit road. Uberpacker stays out. Sean Purcell stays out.
Adam's leaving pit road now. Chad Snyder may end up being the leader here. Once the cycle's finished, obviously, we still have several trucks that are still on the track.
Yeah, and Chad and Kyle pitted on the same lap. So maybe a little bit of issue. I don't see an issue on pit lane.
Yeah, so Kyle's okay. So it looked like Kyle had a harder time getting to pit lane. If you look, he was a 51-second full time from entry to exit. where Chad Snyder was 43.53. So he gained almost 8 seconds, nearly 7.5 seconds on that entry to pit lane. Chad Snyder did.
Yeah, and Kyle Purcell was still about a second quicker than Adam Angerstein overall on pit lane, so that's going to benefit him. But right now, like you said, Chad Snyder now working on Christian Delgado for the 4th position.
Chad Snyder might have put himself in the catbird seat here, man. With that great entry and exit of pit lane, 43.53 total pit lane time, where Kyle Purcell, your leader, was a 51.13. He definitely had some issues getting in and out of pit lane.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Delgado even had a better stop with a 42.35 total time. So that's why we're seeing Delgado right now out ahead of Chad Snyder.
Yeah, so that's where I kind of messed up. Delgado has been down to pit lane, has completed his stop, a little bit better than Chad Snyder. He is your leader. He's going to be your leader once Sean and Rodney and Nathan come to pit lane.
Yeah, and I think what the top 3 here right now, Uberpacker, Purcell, and Christensen are probably hoping for is for a yellow. That would pin most of the field a lap down and have to take a wave around and put those 3 up at the front of this field with coming to 25 laps to go.
Yeah, Larry Garnes must have got a penalty because his pit lane time was 1:08.42 with a 40-second pit lane, so he must have got caught speed for Larry Garnes.
It looks like Kyle Purcell has caught the 26 of Chad Snyder here under a second, down to 0.6 of a second, down to a car length actually. So Kyle Purcell back on the move. Trying to look back here. Adam Angerstein not too far back from Kyle. Looks about a second back from Kyle Purcell at the moment.
Your leader is currently Sean Purcell, the 00. Hanging it out there with 25 laps to go in the Blues Racing Designs 150 for the AARL Lawncare Truck Series, a part of the All-American Racing. We are the All-American Sim Racing Network. I am Bill Billy Hara, and got Dave Lafano and Johnny May in here calling all the action with us tonight. And, it's been fun. This has been a good race.
Yeah, and we see Rodney Uberpacker now has hit pit road, giving up that 3rd position. Kind of taking a look here to see when these other 2 leaders do hit pit road.
Still staying out there.
Yeah, I really think they're still banking on a caution to kind of help them out. But where everyone else is pitted, they are losing a lot of time at the moment. They're going to have to hit pit road here soon.
Yeah, and I mean they're looking at right now almost over 40 laps on tires, so they can make it. These guys that just pitted can make it the rest of the way. So they're definitely banking on that caution. Or Sean Purcell and Nathan Christensen are definitely hoping for a caution to come out here, so they can get down and get their pit stops done.
And now we see, I'm seeing this battle, the 16, the 26, and the 9 throw a blanket over him at the moment. That's all for the 4th position. Could be the 3rd position. Adam Angerstein, we know he's got a long run speed. This could play out in his favor if he can keep this clean. He was over a second behind the 16. The 16's kind of struggling to get around that 26. So good run, good race going on between these 3 or 4 cars.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 26 gets a little bit loose off the turn. No harm, no foul. Still able to hold some speed there. But it didn't look to me like the 26 was really using his truck up as much as Kyle was having to get around him. See if that plays any effect here later on. But definitely the great pit stop for the 26 has put him back in the mix with these 2 guys who are going to eventually, I was going to say going to take over the lead, but Delgado is your current leader.
It looks like Sean has now pitted. So now we have cycled through. And like I said, you got Delgado now leading the race, Kyle Purcell in 2nd, and Adam Angerstein hot on the trail of the 16 right now in P3.
Good racing action all over the track here tonight. That 9 is so fast, though. It's unreal what he does in the center of the turn.
Yeah, he's trying to get his nose down underneath him. I don't know if there's going to be enough room getting down in here into turn 3. Adam's going to try, gave a little bit of room there. A lot of patience being shown by the 9 of Adam Angerstein tonight.
And that's good to see. I mean, Adam is known to be really fast and sometimes just doesn't have that patience. But we are definitely seeing it tonight. A seasoned driver who is making some right decisions tonight, and I think it might pay off for him in the end.
Yeah, a little bobble for him. He caught the apron there off of 2. But still, you can see he definitely is a little bit quicker than the 16. If they can just stay in line here, maybe run down Christian and make a race of this at the end. Still a little ways to go, 20 laps to go. Still plenty of time for Adam to do his thing, but it's going to be a battle here in the closing laps.
Yeah, it is. The 9 is closed in right to the bumper of that 16 again. Man, I'm really impressed with the 9 and his ability tonight to just kind of not overdrive it, not he's aggressive but not overly aggressive.
He's going to get a run to the inside.
The 9 to the inside of the 16 as we come to the start-finish line. 9's going to have a great entry into 1, going to be ahead of that 16. Going to make this pass. Oh, clearly makes the pass. No problem for Adam Angerstein as he's now going to have to track down Christian Delgado, who is 0.8 of a second ahead of him. Now getting a good push from the 16 of Kyle Purcell, his teammate. Chad Snyder sitting in 4th, watching all this unfold, hoping that something will happen up front to allow him to gain that track position lost.
Yeah, and Chad Snyder's not too far back from this this top 3, so Chad could be saving some tires, like you said early on in that run. He kind of moved out of the way, let these guys go. Maybe have a little bit fresher tires here for the closing laps.
And I'm looking back at as the 2 of Tyrone Yo passes Joshua Hetrick for the 6th position. Tyrone Yo is the biggest mover of the race right now, up 9 positions from where he started in that number 2 truck. Very fast in practice, very fast here at Charlotte. Been getting quicker and quicker each and every race that we run here in the All-American Racing League. No matter what series he's in, he's getting quicker. And we're just waiting for Tyrone to get that first win here. The 00 now pulls in behind him.
Oh, they're wrecking behind him.
Oh, wow.
Looks like Rodney Uberpacker and maybe Joshua Hetrick had a moment. So that's going to change everything right here.
Yeah, I mean, now we're that short run. Not good for Adam Angerstein. Well, I mean, there's still enough laps, 16 to go. Might not be a big deal, but let's see what transpired here. If we can. I'm not seeing. Try to find it here for you folks, but I'm not really seeing.
I'm trying to rewind this back. It looks like it was between teammates with 25 of Josh Hetrick and the 5 of Rodney Uberpacker. Oh, maybe not. It looks like maybe Uberpacker just got a little bit loose up. Oh, no, there was contact. The 5 came up the track and into the 25 and sent the 5 down through the infield.
All right, let's see what we have here on the replay. 25's up high, 5's coming down low, following the 00 through. 25's coming down, 5 comes up. Yeah, they just make contact, and 5 gets shot down through the infield. That's correct, Dave. Good catch.
Now the question is any of these trucks going to make a late pit stop here? I know they were just on pit road not too long ago.
If it were me, I think I would, Dave.
I think this is going to be
they're in.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, Christian Delgado's in. Adam Angerstein. Kyle Purcell. Sean Purcell is still on track. He stayed out. 9 and 16. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't want to second guess Sean Purcell because he's a great driver. Makes great decisions a lot. But I mean, we're gonna restart this thing in maybe 12 to go, 10, 11 to go, somewhere there. I don't know if I want to be out there with a couple lap older tires. Now he was the last to come to pit lane though. He just come off pit lane maybe 2-3 laps ago, right?
Yeah, it's
78, lap 78 of 100.
I think you want to come out here on the outside line. We'll see how this shakes out. Looks like Christian Delgado and Adam Angerstein come out 2nd and 4th. Kind of worries me if Sean, doesn't get going on this restart with these guys on the fresh tires. That outside line may be the place to be.
Absolutely, and with with Sean Purcell's brother Kyle starting right behind him, Kyle's not going to have any patience here on this restart with a handful of laps to go, less than 15 to go, with 12 to go or whatever. Sean may be a sitting duck here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting restart for sure. Like you said, Sean Purcell on those little bit older tires. We're talking about 10 lap older tires. So that we know that does make a difference here in the mile and a halves, regardless. So we'll see if that inside line can get going here early on, or if that outside line can make some ground.
Yeah, I'm not sure who our lucky dog is going to be. I was thinking it was going to be. Larry Garnes. But Larry just came to pit lane without getting the wave around first, so I don't know. Sean Purcell stayed out on track, but Larry was ahead of him at that point. So I don't know. I really don't know. Just have to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, I wish I could tell the folks at home how this is going to turn out, but I guess they'll have to keep watching our broadcast, huh?
And that's what we prefer. Just keep on watching, folks. It's not over yet. There's going to be some drama. I will guarantee it. I don't know if I'm wrong. I'll be wrong. But if I know these drivers,
we're going to restart with probably maybe 11 laps to go, and we've seen the 9 of Adam Engerstein struggle to get going on these restarts. We'll see if he has anything, or if he can make up some ground if he loses those positions. But it's go time, so we'll see how this all pans out.
Well, here's the thing with Adam Engerstein's position is that we don't really know what he has on the short run. I don't think. I'm not so sure that he's pushed on that long run or on that short run. But he's been really fast on the long run, and to be honest, is 10 laps a long run? Maybe.
I've seen Adam just kind of paying attention to him. Looks like he loses ground in the first few laps, and then he starts to pick it back up. So I think there's still enough time, if he struggles here, to get going early on, to get back there. But these laps are going to tick off pretty quick.
Well, he can't show the patience he's shown with his teammate in the 16. He just can't do it if he wants to win this race. But then again, the 16, we don't really know where he's been sitting, because Kyle Purcell is a very talented driver. He could have been just kind of like maintaining that position rather than pushing. But we're going to see him push now, folks. We're going to see this whole field push. And I don't think this is going to be our last caution, Dave.
I have a feeling it won't be either. So we'll see how it goes here. It's going to be probably a wild one to the end.
Not that I want to throw a broadcaster's curse out there or anything, but I'm just saying, not sure this is our last caution. This is the All-American Racing League's or Lawncare Truck Series. This is the first place you come to when you want to become a cup driver within the All-American Racing League. You come here first. And this is the Blues Race Designs 150. You will progress from the Or Lawncare Truck Series to the Blues Race Designs Xfinity Series, and then on to the Blue Gray Plastic Fabrication Cup Series if you're good enough. And pace truck is off. Gonna get started here. Barney's going to wave him out as we're in the restart zone, and the 00 is off.
13 really couldn't get going very good on that outside. We see Sean now, out to about a 3 truck length lead, but the 16 is going to be coming in a hurry. Off number 2, the 16 already taking a look to the inside of his brother in that 00.
Oh, they are door to door. Seen this one before. But we never know how this story's going to end. The 13 is hounding the back of the 16. Trying to take that position away.
Delgado 3 wide down through the tri-oval.
That's your champion, folks. Reigning champion. Now to the inside of the 16. 16 sideways.
Oh, the 16 sideways.
16 gets turned into the 92.
And yellow is out.
Everyone else in the field makes it through clean, but wow. Led the majority of this race. Led the whole first half of this race. Here late in the race with 11 laps to go. We told you this is going to pick up, folks, and it sure as hell did. As we see, the 16 is now beat up a bit and going to have to come down and maybe use that fast repair. As I do see some smoke coming out of it.
Tough break for the 16. One of the fastest trucks, especially on the short run. This played right into his wheelhouse with only 10 laps to go. Tough break for the 16 of Kyle Purcell.
but a big break for his brother, Sean Purcell. Who's on just a couple laps older tires, but that's going to matter a little bit. Looks like he might have a little bit of damage to the nose of that truck, but otherwise clean. It's going to be interesting to see. We got Chad Snyder sitting in third position here. Because it was the 9. The 9 didn't catch him checking up as quickly and runs into the back of the 00. Now the 00 has damage to the rear of his truck as well. Not enough communication among the drivers, apparently, to call out where the pace truck was. The 9 just gets into the back of the 00 there. Damage to the front of the 9. Oh, he's trying to get to pit road and just knocks the 26 down to pit road. Oh, my goodness. Chad Snyder cannot be happy. He's sitting sideways on pit lane. Cannot be happy with what the move of Adam Angerstein to try to dip down to pit lane there at the last second. Taking him out, spinning him out, and had to tow that truck.
Yikes.
Not a good move. Now the 9's going to go ahead and bring his truck down pit lane to get some repairs there. That's not the
change
patience
of events.
That is not the patience we were talking about earlier, Adam. But yes, so far it was great up until that point. But damage on the 9, damage to the 00 by the 9. I imagine that the team communications or the driver communications after this race or during this race will probably get pretty heated. But that's okay too. We race with each other each week. There's going to be times you're going to get heated about stuff. And
that's too bad. I think Chad was just trying to get his position back on track where the 9 had come up through and made contact with the 00. And it's just unfortunate timing that the 9 decided to come to pit road at that particular moment. So big change of events here. But nonetheless, our last season and defending champion, Christian Delgado, is now in the catbird seat.
Absolutely is. And, the guy sitting in second has a little bit older tires and has damage to the front and the rear of the truck at this point. As we see the 9 and the 2 of Tyrone Yo dip down pit lane.
Yeah, and I think Sean Purcell, on those older tires, I don't think that was going to pay off for him. We had already seen him, starting to lose that lead early on. So I think he's just trying to hold on. These caution laps actually probably helping him. There'll be less laps to go and less positions to lose. But right now, looking at the top 5, we got Christian Delgado sitting in the lead. Sean Purcell, as we said earlier, is in second. Now Travis Juggles Rodriguez found himself up in P3. And Scott Leonard now sitting in P4 and Rodney Uberpacker in 5th.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about Scott Leonard being in the top 5 all night long. And now he sees with it's going to restart with less than 7 to go, probably 6 or 5 to go. He's sitting here in the 4th position with a chance to capitalize, and if nothing more, he's going to finish with could finish off with a really good finish tonight. Nathan Christensen sitting in 6th has a chance. He's up 7 positions, has a chance to really clean truck, has a chance to really capitalize on tonight as well. Rodney Uberpacker is in 5th, like you said. Joshua Hetrick, who had some trouble early on in that 25. Sitting in the 7th position. He was trying to make it to pit lane there in that last pit stop and was completely sideways, staring at the wall for a good amount of time, and is now sitting in the 7th position, ready to make something happen here. Now, I'll be honest, Kyle Purcell being in that 8th position, he's going to be a man on a mission on this last 5 laps. I would not want to be in the line that he wants to run.
Yeah, without a doubt. I know he's got to be frustrated. Just basically frustrated with himself for losing control of that truck too. That's not really like him at all. So, but they were pushing hard there, with about 10 to go. Sometimes that happens, but yeah, you're right. He's going to be definitely trying to get that truck back to the front as the lights are off on the pace truck.
Yeah, and you got Larry Garnes, who got his lap back, sitting in the 10th position now.
Yeah, so we are going to restart this race with 5 laps remaining.
5 remaining. We do have green, white checkers, folks. So if there is a caution within that last 3 laps, we will get 3 more laps to try it. And I believe it's 3 times. If there continues to be a caution, if we start the race, cannot get to that final lap, then we'll restart it again. We'll keep stacking them up until we get a winner here tonight. But your reigning champion, Christian Delgado, sets in first place with Sean Purcell, last week's winner, on the outside. Travis Rodriguez, and then Scott Leonard and Rodney Uberpacker rounding out your top 5. This is going to get heated, folks. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is going to be a wild one to the end. Looks like Pace Truck is about ready, and the Pace Truck is off. So here we go.
00 laying back a little bit. Not sure what's going on there. See, as now he starts to pull it up a little, and they get in the restart zone, and the 13 is on. Christian Delgado pulls away, followed by the 7 of Travis Rodriguez. Great jump for that 13. He's now at 4, maybe 5 truck lengths ahead of the number 7 of Travis Rodriguez. Battle back for Adam Angerstein, trying to pass that 3, take over that 6th position, and does so. Now the 9 is going to start. Nope, 3 is working his way back to the outside. Good run by the 3 of Nathan Christensen on the outside. Christian Delgado's lead is starting to shrink as Travis Rodriguez is pulling up. Oh, we're under caution again. Not sure.
Nathan Christensen.
Now let's see what happened to Nathan here. We said, folks, it's going to heat up. Oh, it looks like he might have been victim of the 9. We're going to back it up just a little bit. Maybe go to a chopper zone. Chopper view here. Looks
that's a tough one. That was real tight coming through that first kink in the tri-oval.
Yeah, and as you see there, folks, this is what we call net code. I want to back it up so we can show the folks at home. They never actually make contact. 9 never touch the 3, but it spun the 3 out. Unfortunately for the 3, that's just the way it works sometimes with iRacing. But, yeah, that was definitely a net code issue. I kind of hate that for both drivers involved, because if you're the guy that spins another guy, you hate it. You hate that it happened. You don't want to speed. We're friends. We communicate nearly every day, and you're just not trying to wreck someone. And I know that the 9 of Adam Engerstein was not trying to wreck Nathan Christensen here.
Yeah, just kind of ran out of room down there through the kink. That's looked like the 9 kind of came up just a little bit as the 3 was kind of maintaining his line. Maybe came down a little bit. They just kind of met in the middle.
Yeah, and I don't know on your view of it, Dave, but on mine, they never actually touched.
Yeah, a little bit of net code involved there.
That's up for race control to decide how that one gets handled. Looks like currently the 9 is going to bring it back down pit lane. Not sure if he was getting the end-of-line penalty or not. We do penalties. If you are the cause of a caution, first caution, you do go to the end of the line for the next restart. If you cause the next caution or another caution, you do a 1-lap penalty. If you are a cause of another caution, you get ejected from the race. However, don't know how race control is calling this one, but you see Adam Engerstein on pit lane. And the 26 is still sitting there. Imagine is out of this one with just a couple laps left. Your leader is Christian Delgado, followed by Travis Rodriguez and Sean Purcell, Scott Leonard, and Rodney Uberpacker. Kyle Purcell's in 6th, Joshua Hetrick is 7th, 8th is Larry Garnes, and 9th is Nathan Christensen.
Yeah, right now sitting in 10th is going to be Adam Angerstein. 11th goes to Tyrone Yo Jr. 12th, Don Manning. 13th, Doug Yates, who I believe, yes, Doug is still on track. Chad Snyder still sitting on pit road. And Anthony Reiner had left the race early on.
Yeah, we talked about this. Dave. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, sorry, not too sure on Chad. I don't know. I don't think he was involved in anything else. He should have still had a quick repair. So not too sure on him on why he's still sitting on pit road.
Yeah. So we talked about it earlier about Doug Yates. He stayed out, even though he was caught up. He was 2 laps down. He stayed out and kept racing, which is what you want to see. And the reason Doug did that is because Doug was in 15th to start with. He got around Anthony Reiner because he stayed on track, and then he now is around Chad Snyder to take over that 13th position. So points are going to matter in this series. It's just the second race in, but as we go on, those points are really going to add up. The finishes are going to matter towards playoff time.
Yeah, looks like the lights are out. We're going to have a green-white checkered to start us off here.
This is our first green-white checker, folks, so we'll have 2 more if caution comes out quick enough. Obviously, we don't want to see that, but possibility is here because things are heated up and drivers are ready to go. It is past go time, Dave.
Yeah, and we saw in that last little stint, the 7 of Travis Rodriguez was hounding the back of the 13 of Christian Delgado. So we'll see if maybe Rodriguez can get a little bit better start on that outside than some of these other restarts we've seen throughout the night.
And if I know Juggles, he's going to be pushing.
Oh, excuse me. I thought lights were out. Lights are not off.
I may have extended this caution a little bit, it looks like, Dave.
Yeah, but nonetheless, we got, on that inside line, you've got 2 teammates there for Dominion Motorsports, first and third, I believe. So with Christian Delgado and Sean Purcell. Then on that outside, we've got the 7 of Travis Rodriguez out of the Assault Motorsports camp. And behind him in fourth will be Scott Leonard out of the Hillbilly Motorsports camp.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here at the end of this race. We are at the end, but I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in this next 3 laps.
My guess is Delgado and Rodriguez want to see this race finish out. You have a few more cautions mixed into this. I'm seeing the 16 of Kyle Purcell come back into the picture after that spin on him, sitting there in the 6th position. So if he can gain a spot or 2 here early and a yellow come out, that's going to inch him a little bit closer to trying to get back to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the lights are out now, Dave. You going to call us down to green?
Lights are out. Working their way through, what is this, I believe, turns 3 and 4 right now. Pace truck is off. 13 will bring them down into the restart zone, and the 13 is off. Great jump by the 13. The 7's going to jump down quickly in line behind the 13.
2 laps to go.
Great run off of turn 2 for the 7. I was going to close that down to half a truck length, getting into corner number 3.
And the battle is on, going into 3, coming out of 4. 7 running a little bit higher line than the 13. They get the momentum. Closes in on the back of the 13.
We are going to take the white flag one more time around. Whatever happens, happens. 7 all over the back bumper of the 13. Looking to the high side, maybe get a run off the corner, see what he can do.
Christian Delgado holding that lead. Yeah, holding that lead.
I don't think the 7's going to get there. Through corner number 3. Off at number 4.
Oh, and the 7 goes high and hits the wall. The 14 goes down and hits the inside. Your winner is Christian Delgado, followed by the 7 of Travis Rodriguez and Sean Purcell running out your top 3. We'll get an interview, folks, here just after the race with all 3 of our top 3 finishers. So bear with us here, but wow, what a great finish here in this Blues Race Design 150 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina for the All-American Racing League.
Yeah, that was a great comeback for Kyle Purcell, too, after spinning with about 10 to go, to work his way back up and make it back here to a 4th place finish as well.
Certainly, absolutely. And Sean Purcell holding on to that 3rd place with, a little bit older tires. Not much, because he was so late on that pit stop. Kind of worked out for him in his favor there. But what a good finish. What a good finish overall. As Christian burns them down across the start-finish line there. Great win for your reigning champion. Will now be in the running for another championship as he solidifies his bid for another championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Great run for Delgado. to be able to pull that off. Like you said, defending champion and showing us why he is the defending champion.
Maybe the burnout champion. That's a good burnout he just did there. He roasts him all the way back to the tri-oval there. Great burnout. Good showing. This was a fun race tonight, Dave.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt. 2 cautions there throughout the race, and then a little bit of chaos here near the end, but made for some exciting racing, excuse me, and great finish. And congrats to the 13 at Delgado for bringing home that checkered flag.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can get Sean Purcell in here. He's our 3rd place finisher, pulling it behind the wall there, as you see. Oh, I got into the wall a little bit. One of the campers, Sean.
Yeah, I'll see if I can bring Sean in here right now.
Sean's over there getting ready to run to somebody's passenger car, and I didn't.
Sean, Dave in the booth, you got us, bud?
Yeah, I'm good. Just parked.
Hey, Sean, you almost took out that the passenger car there, bud. What'd they do to you?
Oh, nothing. Just wanted to scare him a little. I thought it was a Toyota, a little angry at him.
Looks like a Honda to me, but very good, man. Hey, that was a strong run tonight. It took a little bit for you to get going, it seemed like, at the beginning. You started, I think, around 10th or so, and you kind of stayed there for a while. And then, on the last round of pit stops, you hung it out there and drove it longer than anyone else. And honestly, I believe that's what helped you with this finish tonight, by getting that caution flag late and still being able to stay out on the very last few cautions, with having the fresher tires, by being the last on the green flag stops to stop. How'd the race go for you, bud?
It's definitely a frustrating one. I spent a lot of time angry, so I'm pretty pleased to get a podium. But I got dumped in that first caution, stung, but was able to bounce back pretty well, stay on the lead lap, and just kind of get those spots back that I lost. And trying to save your tires here is tough when you're battling people. It's a narrow track, not a lot of room. And then at that point, I was just running out the fuel to see if maybe a caution would come out and I'd be able to pit and catch a bunch of people a lap down. But didn't work out that way. Thought I was done for. But that late caution, I was able to, I was only 5 laps in on my tires, so I'm like, well, I might as well stay out, and lined up in the lead, lost it to my teammate. But I can't complain there. Dominion 2 for 2 so far in the trucks. Got another podium. It's all good for me.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Congratulations. Dave, what do you got for him?
Oh, great run, Sean. My question for you is, early on, were you just trying to ride it out where you had qualified a little bit further back, or were you just struggling a little bit tonight? Just walk us through a little bit of that. We're so used to seeing you up front in all these races that it was, seeing you sitting back there in the 8th, 10th position for most of the race. Were you just biding your time?
I got a bit of damage off the wall on the initial start. I don't know if it slowed me down or if it was just in my head, but I also didn't get much practice, and I was watching the football game. I had bet on it a little bit, so I was a bit engaged in that, and it went a little long, so didn't get much practice in. Definitely was underprepared for tonight, and I think that showed a lot in both qualifying and the early portion of the race. Just glad I could bounce back from it.
Yeah, nonetheless, great to see you bounce back, get that 3rd place finish, winning last week at Daytona. So that's a good rebound for you to pull off a podium here tonight, and keep some points rolling for you. Anyone you'd like to thank tonight, Sean?
Yeah, shout out Chad Snyder and Christian out there on the track. I thought we were going to finish 1, 2, 3 until Chad got taken out there under caution. Really hurt, sucked to see that for him. He had a great run going tonight, but just always shout out the teammates, Dominion, Chad Snyder as an owner, and Johnny May, of course, as always. So it's just shout out the team, shout out everybody. It's a frustrating race, but at the end, we're all friends. We're all just out here enjoying racing. So good race to everyone tonight.
Congrats again, man. We're going to go ahead and send you back to celebrate with the team, and good run.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yep. Right, I think next up is going to be the ever hilarious Travis Juggles Rodriguez.
Juggles, Dave in the booth, you get us, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm kind of getting used to this, kind of saying, where did Juggles come from at the end of these races? Great run for P2, for sure. Kind of saw you sitting back there kind of mid-pack most of the race. I'm sure a lot of that late race drama kind of helped you out a little bit. It looked like you were a little bit quicker than Delgado there on the short run. I see you made a little bit of mistake there on the last lap, but nonetheless, walk us through your race a little bit, and congrats on the P2.
Well, so I don't know how long it was, but for up until that second to last caution, I did not have full pedal throw. Like I could only get to maybe 80% throttle. Like it just wouldn't read 100%. So that's what most of my issue was, as far as why that middle run was so. I was sitting in the back the whole time. That last caution, though, once I got that pit and was waiting for the repairs, I jumped out, reset the pedals, and jumped back in the race, and was like, I can keep up now. We're okay.
Yeah, Juggles, man, that was fun watching you race there and pulling off a P2. Who would you like to thank tonight, man? That was fun watching. I hope you.
I'm gonna thank. Oh, I'm not with Assault for this. I'm with my team.
Oh, my bad.
That's
My bad.
right, Artemis.
Artemis.
Let's go.
Dang it. We've said it.
had-
We have said it wrong all race, Juggles, and I apologize. Artemis Motorsports.
Race works, but
Race
either
Works.
way,
Yes. So we apologize to Travis. Artemis comes in second. Artemis Raceworks. That's awesome, man. So continue. I'm sorry.
yeah, it was just a lot of recovery. I mean, I'll thank the what is it, the goddess Artemis? Why not? Because I had to hunt for that one. That one was definitely a lot to make up.
Hey, you have Play Blue in your truck, so you can't beat that.
There we go.
Well, good job tonight, Juggles, man. We'll send you back to celebrate with Artemis and your friends in Assault, obviously. But Artemis Raceworks, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Dave, we butchered
So
that
that was
one.
yeah. It's all right. It's Juggles. He'll forgive us. So I guess no more waiting. We'll bring in our race winner,
Let's do it.
Christian Delgado. Hey, Christian, Dave and Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys.
Hey, man, great race for you tonight. Happy for you to see you get that victory. How'd your race go for you overall? I know you were kind of right there in the mix all night long, and then some late race kind of, a little bit of mayhem there at the end of it. Put you in the perfect position when it counted. Tell us about your race a little bit.
Yeah. I knew for a fact that, tire wear is going to be big here, and that you can really burn your stuff up really quick if you just want to get out to a really big lead, and then you slowly fall back. So I knew that, and I think I do a pretty good job at it. I knew I needed to save my tires, and I could be there at the end. And with those two longer runs, Adam and Kyle both got out to about a 2-second lead, and then I'd kind of let them do their thing, let them battle it out with their tires out, and then I'd kind of slowly catch them. And then unfortunately we had a caution the first time, and then actually we had green flag pit stops, and from what I was told, Kyle and Adam both had a mistake, which gave me the lead. Then we had that caution come out, and it was me and my teammate Sean out in front. Sean decided to stay out, and Kyle had gotten around Sean, and Sean, I think, had taken the air off Kyle's nose. So into the tri-oval, I took it 3 wide. There was just enough space there. I mean, I was clinching that whole way through there, making sure that I wasn't going to hit Kyle. And then it looks like Kyle just maybe sent it in a little bit too hard in the corner. I got to thank Kyle for not taking me with him. I saw him yank the wheel to keep it off me. So if Kyle's watching the broadcast still, thank you so much for not taking my life. So, but after that, we kind of had cautions brewing towards the end. Everybody being aggressive, everybody trying to make spots up like they should. So, and I was just in a lucky spot to lead the restarts and kind of get out to a little bit of a jump and just maintain that gap.
Hey man, and just so you know, Kyle rebounded to finish 4th, so I'm sure he's not too upset about his move to stay off of you. But man, congratulations! champion last season, championship form this season. You're now qualified to again run and defend your championship. How do you see the rest of the season going here tonight, Christian? Or
Uh, yeah, I really do like the schedule. I know some of the admins came to me like asking what I thought of the schedule because I am very interested and I really do care about the league and care about how the league is ran and the health of it and stuff. So I'm happy to see. I know it's kind of controversial, not as many short tracks on the schedule. Uh, I love short tracks, but I think there's a little bit too much. We need the for have a little bit more variety. But I love really. I'm not the biggest fan of Milwaukee, but everything else for the next month or two, I really love all these tracks and really looking forward to it, and can't wait to try to defend this championship again.
Well, man, we look forward to talking to you here in the future as you rack up more wins or more podiums at least, and we expect that from you now as a champion here in the AARL Lawncare Truck Series. Who would you like to thank for this great finish you have tonight here as finishing or actually your win? So.
Yeah, first we got to thank AARL Lawncare for sponsoring the series, doing a lot for the league and stuff. Having a title sponsor and stuff means a lot to any league, and having someone like AARL Lawncare step up to the plate and be willing to help out the league means a lot. Got to thank Chad Snyder, team owner of Dominion Motorsports, giving me a chance a couple years ago, putting me in the truck and then moving me up the cup. And now we're here. So got to thank my teammate, Sean, for, racing me really clean. Got to thank really everybody. I really didn't really get roughed up at all this race. I know me and Rodney had a very close, really good battle, which I love seeing. I don't get to really run around Rodney that much, unfortunately. So it's nice to see that. I got to shout out my sponsors, Track Racer, Butt Kicker, Bully Dog Coffee Company. Thank you, Patrick, for giving me the opportunity to give me a chance with that. Got to thank the people over at twitch.tv/ChristianBoss13. They, once again, going crazy for a win. Like I said, it's expected nowadays for me to come out here and compete. And then I got to thank you guys, the broadcast team. Couldn't do it without you guys showing off our talents. I think having a broadcast really does incentivize us drivers to run as hard as we can and to, get the best finishes we can.
Christian, it's fun for us as well, man. This was a great race tonight. It was a lot of fun watching the comers and goers, and congratulations again on the victory, man. And hopefully we'll see you. We'll talk to you next week as we head off to that 1 mile in Milwaukee.
Yep. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, man. Congratulations. Bye.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Dave. So, man, that was fun. I really enjoyed what we saw here tonight. I hope the folks at home did. Let's give them our race rundown as we show who finishes where. And your winner, as we just spoke with, was Christian Delgado. Second place was Travis Rodriguez. Third was Sean Purcell. Fourth, Kyle Purcell, rebounding from leading a lot of laps tonight, rebounding from an incident. Cost him some positions there, but getting back to the fourth position was pretty amazing. Fifth was Rodney Uberpacker. Sixth was Joshua Hetrick. Larry Garnes finishing, coming back from a lap down to finishing seventh. Adam Ingerstein, who was really, really fast early, had a few mistakes later on, finishes eighth. And Nathan Christensen, ninth. 10th was Tyrone Yo.
Yeah, 11th's going to go to Scott Leonard. 12th to Don Manning. 13th to newcomer Doug Yates. 14th to Chad Snyder. And rounding out the field in 15th will be Anthony Reiner.
And that was a lot of fun tonight, Dave. I enjoyed as always being in the booth here with you and getting to show the folks at home what we do here. I hope everyone enjoyed it, man. Any closing comments?
Yeah, I mean, great race. Kind of what I was hoping to see here tonight. Some longer green flag runs, and then a little bit of craziness at the end always adds some excitement and makes it fun for us and everyone at home. A few of those moments changed the outlook of everything in this race, and really do feel terrible for Chad Snyder and how that all played out for him. I think, he was looking at that top 3, top 5 position, and just have a bad chain of events that took him out of this race. And same with Adam Angerstein, who had speed all night long, and then just a couple mistakes late took him out of the running, along with Kyle Purcell, one of our fastest trucks all night, made a little bit of a mistake. So saw a lot of stuff tonight that changed the outcome, I think. But, nonetheless, our defending champion, Christian Delgado, proves to us, why he is the defending champion. I have a feeling we're going to be calling his name and talking to him quite a bit this season, and look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's definitely proving why he is last year's champion.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's races like this that definitely solidify the championship. If there was ever any question of who was last year's champion or why, he just proved it here at Charlotte. Congratulations to all the drivers tonight for putting on one hell of a show here for the All-American Racing League in the AARL Lawncare Truck Series. This was the Blues Race Designs 150. And for the All-American Sim Racing Network, man, this was just cool as shit. It was very cool. And thank you very much for tuning in at home. And hope to catch you guys here next week. Thursday night will be our Xfinity Series for the Blues Race Design Series there. Check us out there on Thursday night and here again next Sunday. We are out.